Good morning, Neo-Swedenborgians. Uh, I wanted to do a quick one on basically how to be Neo-Swedenborgian. Like, what's the first step? And I realized that Neo-Swedenborgianism is based upon a knowledge of Swedenborg. And so the thing to do is to find a copy of this book called Heaven and Hell by Swedenborg. I used to have a copy that was translated into English and published in 1776 in English. So he wrote in Latin, and I had an English edition published in 1776. Now, you don't have to get that edition because there's all kinds of free online editions. It's not a hard book to find because Neo-Swedenborgianism is based on knowledge of Swedenborg. Now, I'm also going to say there's a YouTube channel called Off the Left Eye, and there's a YouTube host called Curtis Childs who talks a lot and in detail about Swedenborg, and they're very good, and I do recommend them, but that's not a primary source. So what I recommend is starting to read anything by Swedenborg. It would take a lifetime to read Swedenborg because he's written so much. It's just amazing that somebody can write that much in one lifetime with a little quill pen and ink. Because there's another series of books called The Secrets of Heaven. There's a book called Life on Other Planets. There's all these books. Swedenborg was an extraordinarily prolific writer. So the thing to do is to read Swedenborg for yourself. And even if you're going to go watch Off the Left Eye videos and listen to Curtis Childs, you should approach that with your own knowledge. Okay, so the Swedenborg is the primary source. So read Swedenborg for yourself. Dive into it anywhere because it's all fascinating and it's all kinds of things. It's weird. It's fascinating. It's hard to believe sometimes. It's all sorts of things. So develop first-person knowledge of what Swedenborg is saying by reading the book yourself, Heaven and Hell, and then start watching Off the Left Eye videos because he's referring back to the source material, but you have to really grapple with it for yourself first before that's really going to do you any good. So if anybody actually wants to be Neo-Swedenborgian, step one is to read Swedenborg. It's not listening to me. It's not watching somebody else's videos. It's find a copy of Heaven and Hell or find a copy of Secrets of Heaven, which is in 20 volumes. Find any volume and just start reading it. It's deep and fascinating and interesting, and then that's the foundation upon which this other stuff is built. All right? Thanks. See ya.